This is the car park of the Michelin Works in Stoke-on-Trent on a Sunday morning, close to Christmas. It's full of bikers. It's the Starbikers' 20th annual Christmas toy run, and this is Kevin Harper, the man who knows all about what's going on. Kevin, tell me all about this.
Well, basically, this is the 20th toy run. First run was in 1978. We get between 2,000 and 3,000 bikes all meeting here. We then take a 17-mile route around the city to the town hall, where we collect toys and money for local children's charities, children's homes, children's hospitals, that type of thing.
But these bikes aren't loaded up with toys at the moment, so the toys are at the town hall, and I believe people come out en route and start piling stuff on you, don't they?
People come out en route and pile stuff on us. People also drop stuff off at King's Hall beforehand. Sometimes they go home, take the bikes back when they're finished, pick the car up with all the toys and bring them down. Also local shops, companies also collect toys together, which we pick up in advance.
Right. So, why do you do it? Might sound like a stupid question, but I know it's a good advert for bikers.
It is. It's very good sort of PR. Improve the sort of the image of bikes. It's a couple of times a year when we're actually seen as nice people rather than sort of horrible sort of people.
Everyone thinks we're all burst-willing idiots who go around beating each other up, don't they?
They do, yes. It's not always true.
No, it's only some of the time now, yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me about the Starbikers. Is that a club local to Stoke-on-Trent?
Yes, it's a local club. It's varied in size over the years. We're quite small at the moment, but we were one of the biggest clubs in the city at one point.
Right, but you've got, say, between 2,000 and 3,000 bikes here today, or you will have. They're obviously not all your club members. Where have they come from?
Oh, these are mainly local people, but we do get people from all over the country, South Wales, Manchester. I had a phone call last night from Southampton.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe you've had a letter from, is it Downing Street and Buckingham Palace about this?
Yes, I've had a letter from Downing Street and from both the Prime Minister's Secretary and the Queen's Private Secretary wishing us luck with the event.
Yeah, good. Well, that's a good advert. I know you've got loads of work to do, loads of organising. We've got loads of maps to go and study, so I'll let you get on with it. Good luck. See you at the end.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Cheers.
Well, I'm joined by Phil Wade, who was the sort of originator 20 years ago. You must have been in nappies then?
No, not at all.
20 years ago, you must have had a brainstorm of an idea. So where did it originate? You know, what made you think we'll have a toy run?
Well, a friend of mine actually had got an American magazine, and he talked to me about it one day, and we thought, yeah, why not? We'll give it a go.
Do you know, these Americans always do it first, but they don't do it as well as us, do they?
No, they don't, except they have sort of 10 to 20,000 people turning up. We will get hopefully 2,000 today.
2,000 not to be snuffed at, but how many did you get on the first run though, Phil?
About 400, which was a big surprise. We expected 40 or 50 people, and about 400 people turned up. And we went to the local children's homes, and we had a lot of toys to give them.
I can imagine. Now, it sounds a sort of a silly, naive question. What on earth happens to the toys? Do you give them to a certain type, a certain charity, or just individuals?
The social services get all the toys, and they hand them out to the people in need. They know who. They go to hospitals, local scout groups, that sort of thing.
Excellent, excellent. Do we go for new stuff, old stuff, anything?
Anything really, yeah, but obviously decent. The newer the better.
Yeah. It's a great idea, but I imagine, today's a beautiful day, the sun's shining at the moment.
It's gorgeous.
But I can imagine that on some occasions people are going to think, I'm not going out today, it is snowing, it's frosty or whatever. But what happens on these occasions? We still go for it.
People still come. We still go for it, yeah.
You know, there's always one, isn't there?
There's always one. Yeah. People still come, yes. There was one occasion I do recall, 1981. It snowed very badly, and quite a lot of people fell off actually, but the run went on.
And I bet they came back for more, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
They're mad, these bikers.
There's people here every year.
Yeah, I can believe
fail.
it. Yeah. Has there been other people that you've come with for the last 20 years? Is it sort of?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of people. The Starbikers now mostly weren't on the original, but they started 15, 16 years ago, most of them.
Maybe I could come in 20 years, but I'd have to come on my Zimmer frame. Thanks very much, Phil. Enjoy the day. Thank you.
I hope so. Thanks.
It's my job on Two Wheels Better to talk about the clothing. So what better day, sort of, it's not frosty, but it's fairly chilly, to talk to these bikers at the toy run about what gear they're wearing, how do they keep warm and so on. So, follow me over here to these bikers. And this is the ultimate keep you warm biking gear. Mr. Blobby. You know, these must be the right pair of pillocks, these two in here, they're the characters. Are you warm under that lot?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
You know, I've always wanted to hear if you can talk properly. It's made my day now. There's a real person under here. You've shattered the illusions of all the kids that watch Two Wheels Better. That's 4 of them. They'll be really gutted. Where are you from? What's your name, sorry, Mr. Blobby?
FOXLEY Blob.
Mr. Blobby's name is Mr. Blobby. Do you want a question on sport or something? That's a little easier. Who are you, Father Christmas? Who are you really under that?
Adrian Gilbert.
Hello, Adrian. Now, yeah, you've obviously characters. You get all the crazy ones here. You're going to ride your bikes with this gear on?
Yeah.
You are? You can get your helmet on under there?
Blobby's a bit heavy on the back though.
Yeah. Oh, are you on the back? Have you got your helmet under there as well? There you go, you see. The ultimate. These are total professionals, these lads. What do you do for a living? No, you're going to tell me you're a policeman or something daft like that, are you?
Manager of a garage.
See, you have to be stupid to be a manager. What about you under there?
Forklift truck driver.
A forklift truck driver.
All the way from St. Helens.
Is that St. Helens? Oh, bloody hell, you see. It should be at work at the moment, so we have to cut this bit, and that's why he's in disguise. Thanks very much, lads. Have a good day. Crackers. Right then, lads, names, all 4 of you. That's
Steve Knowles. Teddy. Mr. Marley.
oh, Mr.
Mr. Marley.
Mr. Excuse me, this is going to be a good one
Born
then.
again biker.
And yourself, mate?
Rob Marley.
Hello, Rob.
Mr. Marley and Son, yeah.
Oh, I see. No, you're not old enough to be his son.
I know.
Yeah. Right then, where have you come from, boys?
We come from Biddlestoke-on-Trent, I have.
Yeah, and you were complaining because we don't come far enough south.
That's right, yes.
But we're down here today.
Yes, sir, not before time.
This toy run, is this your first visit to the toy
No,
run?
we come
No,
every year.
every time. There's about 4 a year and we come every one.
4 a year?
Yeah, well, not the toy runs, but there's the egg run at Easter.
Oh, yeah.
And different charity ones. We do them all.
Excellent. Yeah, well, obviously you're enthusiasts. You all from the same club?
Yeah.
What club?
White Line.
There's always a pub in
Lone
it. Hey,
Wolf.
we notice he's always a bloody pub.
Lone Wolf
Adrian.
Motorbike Club.
Excellent.
Born
yeah.
again bikers.
Yeah. When do you meet?
Wednesdays through the summer. Every Wednesday night we go for a run, different pubs and that.
That's the only advert you get, that's enough. It'll
right.
cost you £4.20. Thank you very much, boys.
Now it's a real family event, this Christmas toy run. This is Trevor with
Ewan?
Ewan, is it this? Yeah.
Yep.
Are you a local person to it, Trevor?
Yeah, I live just down the road.
So are you a Starbiker?
No, I'm not.
No. You just come on their run?
Yeah.
All right.
I just
And have
come
you
make a nuisance of myself.
No, well, like the other 2,500, yeah. So have you been coming on this for a number of years?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I think it's bigger. Every year it gets bigger, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You know,
big today. Well, we tried to work out the length of the convoy.
Yeah.
And we reckon it was somewhere between 3 and 3.5 miles.
Was it really?
Yeah, so just think of all the chaos you've caused on the roads around here.
It's nice when you can go and the police assist you for a change, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad you put it that way. Yeah, very good. So you'll keep coming. It's a good event, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And when you see all the stuff in there for the youngsters, it's a good cause, isn't it? You know, it's
I've just got to
great.
go and stop my mate Wayne ransacking all them bin bags now.
picking the best out.
Yeah, because he's looking for a Sabutio set.
Takes all shapes and sizes to come to these toy runs. Just have a word with Sylvester here. Where have you come from, Sil? Miserable sod.
Well, this is what it's all about. Loads and loads of bin bags full of toys, and still more to come yet, Kevin.
Loads more yet, yeah.
So it might be a silly question, but has it been a success?
It's been an amazing success.
Brilliant. Any idea of numbers?
It's always hard to say, but I'd reckon somewhere between 2,000 and 2,500.
Is anyone going to count them?
No, it's far too many, yeah.
Yeah, well, we were stood watching the convoy go past. I know it was over 3 miles long, but there was no way we could count them. So what happens now? Where do all these go?
All these will be collected today by social services. They will distribute them to children's homes, children's wards in hospitals and other needy children.
Brilliant, a worthy cause. And a great advert for bikes, isn't it?
Oh, it's a wonderful advert for bikes. It shows that they can be generous, as well as going out and enjoying themselves.
Right. Speaking of going out and enjoying yourself, what happens now?
Well, everybody's now filing into the hall. There'll be a concert by Jovi, which is a Bon Jovi cover band. There's merchandise on sale inside the hall for you to buy, which puts the profits up even more. Yeah. And hopefully everybody has a good time.
Right, and everybody gets drunk and does all the things that people think us bikers do all the time anyway.
Well, that's right, yeah. So getting drunk and being silly.
Right, well, I'm all for that. Cheers, Kevin.
Thanks very much.
That's enough, turn it off. When I went to Sheffield last year, the indoor trials, there was a big banner that said Grimbo, and that was you, Graham Jarvis. That was brilliant, that. You frightened the life out of Wayne. I mean, how do you know when you're gonna hit him?
Well, I've done it before, obviously. I do a lot of practice and try and get it perfect every time. But
you were just very, very close. Just tell me about this bike, Graham, Scorpa, because it's not a common bike in the trial scene, is it?
Yeah, it's been in production for about 5 years now, and it's a very well built bike. As you can see, it's very small, very light.
But this is, where are they from, Scorpa?
It's a French made bike.
Right. And this is a 250, is it?
That's right.
Yeah. But this is a standard bike, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the trials lads, don't they use bikes that are souped up and bored out and all fancy tricky bits on them?
Some do, but in this sport, it's not down to a very special bike. It's just more down to the rider.
Right, excellent. And you did pretty well last year. Where did you finish in the world last year?
9th in the world.
Right, and you've had a pretty good season as well. A few other good results.
Yeah, in British Championships.
Yeah. So what all to play for this season, because you're becoming a household name, aren't you, now on the trial scene?
I wouldn't say that, but I'm doing my best.
Oh, I would. You're just far too modest. So there you go, standard bike. So you can go and buy one of these and do exactly what Graham's been doing. Not.
Last year at this very same show, I was joined by this very same man talking about his forthcoming escapade in America on an enduro bike. This is Paul Edmondson. So, dare I ask this question? How on earth did he get on last year in America, Paul?
Well, up and down basically, and off and on. Things were going really good to start with. I got used to the bike pretty quick, and we had a bit of a mid-season crisis where I managed to crash and get my knee stuck between the bike and the tree, and basically tore 3 ligaments in the knee.
Oh, it hurts me just thinking about that, so it does anyway. That was a Suzuki that you've been riding, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I moved on from the Gas where I won the World Championship onto the Suzuki and racing for an American team. And as I say, it was definitely a change and a change of plan and attack on the championships and everything like that. And as I say, I'd got the hang of the 3-hour racing that they do now, and it was all looking well until one of the events, a bit overconfident, going a bit too fast, hit the wrong rut, hit the wrong rock, and ended up upside down in a big heap.
But at the time, the way the championship was going, you were doing your bit. You were kicking ass, really, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty safe to say the one championship, the hare scrambles, I was leading that by 37 points. So, without sort of counting my chickens before they hatched, I actually thought that I'd got that championship won. The other championship, the GNCC, which is the big championship in America, I was actually like 4th in that, but joint leading it on points because I'd had a couple of DNFs, and in that series you're allowed to throw your worst races away. So in that championship I was actually joint leading it before the accident.
So How are things healing? I mean, what's the score? Are we going to go for it again this year?
Yeah, I mean, July the 3rd I had the operation, that went well, and basically now I'm just in a healing process, trying to get the knee strong again. They reckon it's a 6-month job anyway with knee ligaments. You know, it's the biggest part of your body, as it were, for especially for a motorcycle rider. And you know, we're about the 4-month stage now. You know, I've got a lot of the strength back now, and I'm about 80% of my flexibility's back.
So it's really useful that you can do all sorts with this, see? Perfect. Well, you meet all sorts of world famous people at the Donnington Dirt Bike Show. Steve Colley from the Isle of Man. Steve, what does a world famous trials rider like yourself do at this time of year?
Well, as you say, all the World Championships finished, the Indoor World Championships finished. So we've got a couple of weeks now, just rest, have a little bit of a holiday, a bit of a break. Then we start training in 2 weeks' time, start testing for next year. We start off with Sheffield Indoor, then it's all go from there.
Right. So you had a pretty decent season last season. Where did you finish in the world last season?
Yeah, I had my best season ever. I've done 8 years of World Championships now. Best year this year, as you said, 7th position in the World Championship, 2nd British Championship, and a couple of wins as well.
Right, and all to look forward to next year. So have you got a new bike for next year?
Yeah, brand new gas model. I'm with gas again for my 4th season. New 270cc model, so I'm thoroughly looking forward to next year.
Right, but tell us about your old gas. There's a bit of a sad story I heard about that.
Yeah, we're doing some shows down at the NEC, and some low life nicked me bike. So I've been without a bike for a couple of weeks, so it's nice to have a new one again.
Right, but I saw the thing in a paper that said Steve Colley's had his bike nicked, but whoever's nicked it won't be able to ride it because it's so highly tuned. I mean, you have these things souped up a fair bit, don't you?
Yeah, they have a little bit of work done on the engine. The bike that got nicked had like an awful lot of power because it was my indoor bike, and anyone who rides it, I think they'll definitely crash on it. It had so much power.
You hope they will, right? Well, I wish you luck for next year, and we'll see you in January at Sheffield.
Okay, cheers, thanks.
Here's a make of bike that you may not have seen every day on your travels, the TM.
Yeah, that's quite correct. TM are specialist producers of off-road equipment made in Pesaro in Italy, and they just produce for motocross and enduro world.
Am I right in thinking TM used to supply the engine for the gas machines years ago?
Yes, they did up to quite recently, up to last year. They supplied the 250 and the 125. They still actually supply the 125 to gas.
Right. But they are, what are they? Someone was telling me they're the biggest manufacturers. Is it go-kart engines?
Yeah, TM are the biggest European manufacturers of the 125 go-kart engines.
Right.
They've taken over now from Rotax, and they've won the World Championship, the World Go-Kart Championship, 3 times now in the last 5 years.
Excellent, right. And so enduro and motocross. Anyone that watches the motocross and follows that will have seen these. But you've got a pretty good record, TM, haven't they, in the world this year?
Yeah, they're very good in the world. They were 2nd in the World 125 Motocross Championship with Alexandra Puzar. Probably a bit unlucky, really, not to win it. They were 2nd in the World 125 Enduro Championship with Roman Mikalik. And they were 4th in the World 250 Championship with Mika Hola from Finland.
Well, that's it for this year's Donnington Dirt Bike Show. We've been here a couple of full days and we've still not seen everything, would you believe? One job left to do, and that's to go and bail the trouble causer out of the
No, you
Nick.
don't need to bail me out. I've just tunneled my way out. In fact, I've got any dust in my hair.
You've got a lot of grey bits.
Oh, see.
And that's what it is.
You don't have to tell everyone.
You're the trouble causer, aren't you?
Not in the least. No, that's Jeff who's the trouble causer.
Oh, I know that. You just won't stay out of trouble. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not working with you anymore. What have you got to say to that?
See you next week.
It's competition time once again, and you'll have to be really quick with this one. We've got 5 pairs of tickets for January's Sheffield Indoor Trial to give away. The tickets are for Friday the 2nd of January, which is the European round. All the top riders will be in action, including World Indoor Trials champion Dougie Lampkin. And we'd like to know, who is the current World Outdoor Trials champion? Answers on a postcard to 2 Wheels Better, Granada Satellite, Key Street, Manchester, M69EA, and please be quick. And in next week's 2 Wheels Better, Jeff Stone talks to the world's oldest biker, and we've an hilarious collection of 2 Wheels Better outtakes that we really hoped you would never see. but we'll leave you this week with some action from last year's Sheffield Arena.